And tell me, Passion, and never about community and be National Cathedral home and sensame. Sebio Penisi Papa so pa umason, and ye num be near do, nemum, a yani himuntra. But let me take you through a never about community. Said a bear, men someone mecano, ubeti me ate asie a ye. Na yaba, let me take you to Yera Dark Heward Mills. Nasma waka ene edin trene. 7 reasons why Dark Heward Mills resigned from National Cathedral Board of Trustees. Openi afi etwemu August ena wodi ne dibre eto ho se Board of Trustees omo na ebehwe Amanyosem National Cathedral no wodi ne dwumadie eto ho na sabre no no wan kirekire nsem mpi amfa nkire Ghana fo nanso yebeka se bosumi be sensi ekire mu ana no penina ba bekasa ama feed ye Ghana fo ibehu nsem etuemu asemba ko penine kan ye die ntia ma odin dibre to ho e wo National Cathedral de ntia me ye we nyina ne se me pese ye Ghana fo ye bue ya adwemu ye ne ntia asemu ye na ye hu de ekoso National Cathedral sebi obi ntan obia obi nchire obia nemom ye nyina entra se nemfe ye ni to form ye fa aso to form na ye ni ankasa munten na ye hwe de ekoso National Cathedral ne hu se se de aka kire no sa pepe na ekoso nti ade ba ko ma ye Dark Heward Mills edin de breto de din kan registered directors are so more NMHwe entoto niama e wo honom na nasmo ko ne say I was surprised to find out that I had not been duly registered as a director of the company of the National Cathedral of Ghana, a company limited by guarantee, though the president had verbally appointed him as such. Or say, I do not believe this is an oversight, but a deliberate exclusion from the board. Yera Dark Heward Mills say, Omampeni na na dan kwakufu ad nankasa ne tu nanum tuo. Eshe say, Board of Trustees no nye director. As a National Cathedral company, company at no National Cathedral. Ono nye director. Nanso ekire do ko hu ye ne se enkrata aso no enye ono na ye director ye kwankyerefo. No hu ne se bi onya nipa so na emum boapaye a epinumu ye se sa de bi no mampe na na do de ama no no enya ade se ombema no aye adwuma as a director of the National Cathedral. 2. The second reason tia or the dibre eto ho, countless concern ignored. Or say, you may recall, I have spoken passionately and written extensively about the costs, the design, the location, the fundraising, the mobilization of the churches, and the role of the trustees. These, if heeded, would have made our project more achievable. Generally speaking, my inputs, my opinion, and my letters have been trivialized and set aside. Or say, Yebekaya, or Trenadwin Edifa National Cathedral, no, a scacra button at the Atosene DBC design, said the CIBC no, afe a year location, be a ye seen one and cassa, a common fast or Sika, a friend sorry ho, and I for more trustee, no crajuma to me aye, Ninsamo Kayana, a bonina de Tugui. Penisi a bonisem nina edi tuguya chese omo fa no se bia asresem de tosomi ensa lack of clarity chese eniama mu a enhyeda na ho fan efa National Cathedral ni sie no ho no say this lack of clarity is robbing our vision of the validity it needs. Over and over I have asked that we address this appropriately and urgently, because there are many dire implications to the trustees and the individuals involved in this project. But then they say, National Cathedral, you may demo mokrano. They won't share that now for clarity. Just I won't share them whom we ye. Won't share that tinia masi. What Chim says, so man, transian shania may yamona or fire, or more domatu you made in no. A baby beba, or won't bet me about some, sans I'm not kind in so able to get to lack of clarity. And so can be and I Dark Heward Mills, Edin Dibre Eto as a board of trustee member. Their tosubium, financial loss. continuing to pay contractors $40,000 a month as we wait to procure a huge loan in this hostile atmosphere sound dicey to me. Openite say, even bra mo hwehwe sika kro mo nya sika no. Ai sika maaya o mo de be adwuma no. Bosume bia no mutua contractors no 40,000 Ghana cedis. Enne dollar is trading at interbank rate no 10. And now Oko Forest Bureaus are almost trading at 13 Ghana cedis and about. What do you find? Say 10. And he said $40,000. It means Bosumi Biano. Now Omutia 400,000 Ghana cedis. That's 4 billion old Ghana cedis. And the mark contractors. Omunya Juma Pia. Because I feel no more here Bosiam the Bayer Juma. And so contractors they are paying them $40,000 every month. Financial loss. Adia ba kwa etosu bi say value for money. Eniamo mudi sika ni hye mu kra ne se bi osu ba mfaso na eno de okafa ahoni. Or say I do believe that the fundraising methods we have attempted have not yielded much. Indeed, some of the programs we have held have cost more than the money we have raised from them. Or say ye koye fundraising ye kwa jeje ntobua ye kwa America ye kwa fundraising no empempi no eka ya omobo e wo fundraising dwumade no ho kra no eya na eka no so sene sika omunya eka no so sene sika omo enya na chese sebio omo de kenten konsuo wakofa sebio 1 million Ghana cedis wo de akwa America so kwa fundraising na wakwa konya sebio 700,000 na waboka at least Bruni say if we break even. And I say at least what the one to me cry nyam faso a sika botina wo de shemu de oson say to me ka. But in this case nya na netie. Sika o mo de kodura mu kwa fundraising no o mewie no masa aboka e wo ho. Yewra yasema oka ebini. Afi public concern ade ba ko a wo say agina so mo resign ye de Ghana for eka. Wo say I am a firm believer in the president vision. I believe that the public can see and is questioning the fact that we have spent almost 6 years since the shortcutting of this project, as well as over $30 million of public fund to excavate a massive pit in the center of the city. I do believe that many of the questions that are being asked and heard at the National Cathedral project are reasonable and legitimate questions by objective citizens who just want answers to their questions. Yura dark world mess amiati say sebio yeso ebegina ade bia yete ana also send message de ba yensem bisa ne yenso adwen kyerɛfa ho no sebio adwen ne nyansa ewom wo simfie nsie ne a ye sha asese National Cathedral no ade a wo hu ne se amena yatu kese ewo kroyimu a ye sika ye de awura mu no eye America sika no opepe aduasa 30 million Ghana cedis eye Ghana for ye sika ene etimi de awura mu na wo hwe de ekoso ne Ghana for ye nsem bisa ya ye bisa ene adwenkyere jefa ho na sebio eto asumu yera dark keyword mills afi external control en sabia sebio yehu na so edi juma or say I have been a reachable and available trustee and attended every single meeting of trustees since the pandemic began, in person and by Zoom. And the records will show that if I say that I, as a trustee, do not know many of the financial and technical issues concerning the cathedral, it means the discussion about the National Cathedral were held by some people outside trustees meeting, or perhaps in a forum that I was not present or invited to. Opening say, Kasamwa, a National Cathedral no home couldn't come in ano, a mubie noir, unimu hoshe. Say, Sika, from $100 million. If you see the cost $400 million, quite fast so you could do $400 million. No, you know so any more shame. Meetings so mo ko bia no mo discuss bibia. Na so be hu ane discuss bia ba be bom. Ohunu say ensa bi wa abonten a sansa no na ekire de ekoso. Sente saso de a ene sanhyiamudie no mo koye ye o mo dwedwe ses kasam no. O man frɛ na mo no so ametena mu bi ankire na dwen and amfa ho. And it means National Cathedral no. These are the issue. These are the 7 reasons Yera dark Heward Mills and to the Dibre editor. 1, financial loss. 2, lack of clarity. 3, a idea and some of Becca Crown, Yamfan Juma. A board of directors or my Juma man penny is also on your quantity for no, and also Yamfan Juma. Afe a year and Sabi a wabontia. Every remuch as a near intimate coso. Tina tintin in Tiawa Yinan say. And Yamamu now fine in Intina opening Edini Dibre at the Atoho. Now, the last time one, Yan Central for your call National Cathedral site. Mino Cassiajo, Yamaquan Cramon, be a modern to remuchayano. The Patrian Pensua, National Cathedral, near sea, Amanaquacosi. According to opening, we have already spent 30 million US dollars. 30 million US dollars. So 30 million, no? And all the bag Ghanas come now the exchange near 10 Ghana cedis. It means we have spent 1.5 billion Ghana cedis. We partly share the state of a National Cathedral construction. See. 30 million US dollars. Our converted by Ghana Skemwa. That will be 1.5 billion old Ghana cedis. Yeah, National Cathedral. Now, the only thing you can see there is the foundation. Amenanwa Yera Daki Ward Mills Ekase Yetuni Kakraka. Edesi Krom. That's the Amrana Unhuno. The whole structure in Nano, idea yetu from ena Yabwa Manaka says the Medina Kosonti. That's the 30 million. You can see that even the foundation level, no crano, they are not done with the foundation level. 30 million is gone. Now, one kasa, you can sit down and imagine how much ebese remu almost started blocks west almost shall say omunyan baby because we do lente beboso we are a interior electric cars no home chrono bar landscaping no yenyashi. So this is the National Cathedral, as you can see. At the time last year, you call honum the state, baby, Jumana Kwakudruno, and I can tell you, say, nothing much has been done from this stage because last year, when they were looking for money, Parliament budget, Sikana and court because the Sikana Mohiano crime, no, because 80 million Ghana citizens and another same from Common Crano, Parliament approve it, and I can tell you, say, Sebibi Crack was so honma is not much about a year apart from the Uhunu Haseno. That is the state of the National Cathedral. Na sa National Cathedral sa se da hono kakraka ya ohuna bia bo amna tententen da hono no me pacho ensem bia Ghana for erezi concerns Ghana for erezi ya Yera dark Heward Mills e kire se e legitimate na e reasonable se bi eto asomo no pacho ma me fo anko e kire kakra na menyi emfoni bi enchero from TV3 news and afa ye GH1 news omo eyeye structures ye bugu ya ansa na ye pave way ABC National Cathedral way and also and someone would be a Ghana for kan e chro madwen and for National Cathedral no me pacho ye hwe samfoni ni brasisia.
6-story buildings sharing a wall with a passport office in the Ridge Enclave were demolished in Wednesday morning's exercise. The buildings were constructed in 2017 and allotted to some judges and magistrates. Some of the occupants relocated after prior notice, while others are yet to leave. More than 50 structures have been earmarked to be demolished in the prime area. Scrap dealers were salvaging iron rods from the debris at the time of our visit. The National Cathedral will have an auditorium capable of seating 5,000, as well as the requisite chapels and a baptistry. There will also be a music school, an arts gallery, and the museum at the site.
On March 6, 2017, President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo announced government's plan to build 500,000-seater National Cathedral in the heart of Accra, stating that it will be built to the glory of God.
Through Christ who strengthens us, the National Cathedral will be built to the glory and honor of God.
This announcement was greeted with mixed reactions from a section of the public and civil society who believed that the construction of a national cathedral for the country was untimely. The new building is expected to stretch alongside Dosu Cemetery and take over land holding the Rich Runabout, the Scholarship Secretariat, the Judicial Training Institute, the Passport Office, and the residences of 9 judges. In this regard, Court of Appeal judges who occupied some of the residential facilities by the Judicial Service some years ago were evicted last year and given a temporary accommodation set to cost the state some $168,000 in 18 months. On Wednesday, August 7, 2019, bulldozers were moved to the site to pull down 6 of the buildings to make way for the construction of the controversial National Cathedral, and this is the second demolition exercise at the site. According to some field workers, the demolition is being done in phases, but it is unclear when the exercise would be completed for actual construction of the 5,000 capacity cathedral. It also remains unclear why the particular site has been earmarked for the construction of the National Cathedral. But speaking to a section of the public earlier Wednesday, some were of the view that it was pointless to demolish buildings just to reconstruct when bare site could be used.
If there's an ordinary space without demolition of any building, that would be okay. You understand? But whilst there are properties over there, then we are putting them down, then rebuild another one. To me, I think we should think about it.
They could have found a better place to do it rather than just coming and bringing down people's building. I learned passport officers' part. We are supposed to move out from here to a different place, and it's something that I don't see the need for.
It is alleged that the National Cathedral will cost the state about $100 million, and this has infuriated some Ghanaians who have stated that this is a case of misplaced priorities.
I believe there's lots that can be done with the money that has been budgeted for it. $100 million they can do a lot, like our hospitals, schools and stuff. There's a lot that can be done with that money. It's really not necessary because I don't know what it's going to be used for.
The program they are putting in about $100 million. We have a cathedral already. Look at the hospitals. People are sitting down, they are putting them drips. Kwelebu, 37, Rich Hospital, and other places. Look, the whole of Accra, potholes all around. This money can be put into that project.
But the committee overseeing it say the money will not come from public coffers. Although demolition has taken place on site, citizens, however, are not in the know of when construction would begin. Per the architectural designs, the cathedral will boast of chapels and baptistry, have a music school, an art gallery, and a Bible museum.
I don't know, said I was in here and for since day one. These are the common, simple, legitimate, reasonable questions I'm gonna for Ebisa. Sabra Kone say the cost of National Cathedral was just $100 million. And I mean, say Aqua could do $400 million. I know Crano foundation level near one. There's a possibility say if we are to continue, maybe over $500 million there, it will go. International Cathedral, no, and answers. So now let me take you to a Reverend Victor Kwesi Boateng ono send letter na ode about responding to Honorable Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa eno anen ode ebetu dwa no na sama openini kanye o say National Cathedral allegations of corruption, conflict of interest, endorse identity against Reverend Victor Kwesi Boateng. Now o say I have taken note of some defamatory publications and allegations made against my person by Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa, MP for Northtown. I'm also informed that Mr. Ablakwa has petitioned the Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice (TRAJ) to investigate the said allegations he has leveled against me. I wish to ensure the general public that the statement made by Mr. Ablakwa are a twisted narration of events to pursue a malicious political agenda. There has never been any criminal intent nor any crime committed in my dealings with the government of Ghana or the National Cathedral. I look forward to the TRAJ inquiry, during which I will present my side of the matter to the Commission. I will subsequently also address the matters fully in public without first seeking to prejudice the public mind as he has done. Additionally, when all is done, I will seek redress against Mr. Ablakwa for his deliberate defamatory statement against me. I will continue to contribute my quota to the National Cathedral project and offer my services to the country to the best of my ability. We papa na saba oka o say shrage for onu ankasa obehwe say shrage for to safro bokwa yi nsam no na eno kura chi kura no ebrepam no one Ghana for abekasa akire won so na adwe nkire nsam no kura wo mu na ne nyina mu no onya bone bia na dwumadi a wodi nyina wonya mfumso bia emfanti a oman Ghana se de Ibrahim Okudzeto abla ekwa aka no kan nyina wi a yade a obekwa akopɛ atentrene obesike redress obekwa akopɛ atentrene ewo asendibie na ne nyina no ohye Ghana for boss obekoso a na fam de abo oman Ghana ne National Cathedral said the opening asema ekanti we the issues are Honorable Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa raise no a none of them and betumi aka say well give it clear a year response to that issues about a year 2 different date of birth, 2 different names, and also 2 different passports, diplomatic passport anyway, a very different name, driver's license, very different names, Maybe subsequently, or the response about maybe you have the benefit to know whatever he wants to say about that. But let me take you through. This is the National Cathedral. National Cathedral, no. Ghana for me anti say you Ghana for ye nyimisa. Yawa ha aban bia ne wa ba wo so obesi school dan a Ghana for akaseti say oh ye mpe school dan we. Professor Amanyosem ba be see university base 2 Ghana for anka say oh adentral see university. Mahama school wo see na nado so obesi agenda 111 Ghana for bia no ka say da bi ye mpe so obesi. It means Ghana for ye media ye mayen. We ye bibi so na nya na say free say bio enye priority. We know how to talk about it. But then National Cathedral you see e konkrom bia ye si dia manyankopon. Na yentimi mfa kontompo ne nada ene na brabasem ne akohwie ne kronobo ne kankan ne pro ne dwirim ensi nyankopon asorifi. But yentie ensem I'm just taking you through some of the year sawa ensem ahodo bia Google there for National Cathedral. You can Google National Cathedral Ghana. I bet you I can tell you say stories about bano say 100 about 90% negative. And you're negative because somebody want to pursue a diabolic agenda. That is the reality. Yewo also for Reverend Owusu Bempa. Now to confess against one Mampeni prophet. Was it National Cathedral? I sometimes like to defend Akufo-Addo, Reverend Owusu Bempa. Wakasasimu 1st August 2022. Was it National Cathedral and me thought that we did throw. So no your software is a software nisi National Cathedral. We did throw said a bear or Mampeni and Adan Akufo-Addo and Nimbe Nyam. And we have a Reverend pastor and I say a man of God almost say konkrum be isi dia change yankopon no utimi ditro about that. So we are building a National Cathedral on lies. Yeah, then if you want more now let me take you to another one. When so Yera Duncan Williams and the cast was say you criticize National Cathedral as if someone has asked for your money. Duncan Williams, Okasa same way, Wednesday, 14th November 2018, when National Cathedral na Ghana for raise concern say 100 million sabreno 100 million so Ghana for kramo kasado do anna mu yede sa ado obi abeji musika anase obi say the Ghana for sika ne babesi oka kire that time say the asofo ne nsori na be contribution at the ama Yera Duncan Williams eko wiase no ene is clear Ghana for taxpayers money need to the extent say even cry the parliamentary approval and need to so he also lied. So we have two men of God who supported the building and the construction of a national cathedral who has lied on public record, has lied about the national cathedral. Now let me take you to another one. Oba has said, so Amame Joyce Aye. This was published by airpost.com, GH. This was September 5, 2022. And also cast as I say, we won't use taxpayers' money for construction of National Cathedral. Joyce Aye. Mami Joyce Aye, or no, answer a board of trustee member. On Asmo Cathedral, so, young far Ghana for Sika. And from Kura National Cathedral, Sinumu, said the Ghana for Ray Ekano, and ne, yen said the National Public Fund in this National Cathedral. Is Kano Crown, the first one see any parliamentary approval. So we have another man of God, woman of God, or also so allied, already true. At the Ghana for in the name of National Cathedral. So we have Owusu Bempa, we have Duncan Williams, you have Joyce Aye, Munyina said you made it true publicly. At the Ghana for DCV Ghana for by the construction of the National Cathedral. Oba Hasiawe was published by majoronline.com, was published on 3rd June 2022. Parliament has not approved any funds for construction of National Cathedral. Kuje tablakwa. Sire ya kaseni tuyano. Sika finance minister de ko ese mfankosi National Cathedral no man semina no. Yam timi am for parliament for approval. Chese Ghana for any edi sika kra esi edisi no. Ya nye sebio ye nchire mu anasi ye nye mu aye ene de kuwura mu aye edisi. Abusia Ghana belongs to all of us. They be ameka cho say there were 3 institutions ena ama Ghana abofom. Politicians, Nana Matrankunya, and Asofo. Ofa, in fact, say traditional setup on a year religion. Because only a moral society. Moral society, they say, Omone Boyen, Amasibio, Yesun Subampa. And the politician cry, and Yamenano, Yaheso Bequa, sorry, and answer Befre Yame, now the Quran, and answer Bible near that, and to me a moral society. Moral society, they say they're supposed to live exemplary life. Or they have to set the record. It's a mucha pampano, na ye near wedge no, it me ediso. So politician editora, you can forgive him or her because we know politics there pedia. Say nana no more hemfo nana or hinitina bedwam no editora. We can forgive Nana because Nana must set a good example. Said the beya in Chilman be Musebio, ye did Brene and with the Kunyama wa, also didn't cry at the child manfo. So also for the try, we cannot forgive that also for because Bible ne kitano and no na wojina so their church and sorry match kwampa say we ni kwampa ye de Bible training e de konyame anim no Bible no kasatia kontompo na braba na da ne tro ne se bi akohwisem. Until we can't forgive. But in this case, we have a moral society like the church. Ghana, our software kukudamwa. Omo the National Cathedral no. And ne ufe nipa enai a board of trustees and as a border. Ufe nipa naya betima bo mudin Reverend Kusi nasimo abetu djewe no onwa kaso babe yi ni ho ano. But enwa onabo kuja tabla kwa de beto and so until say what they another issue be disputed the wakano. We assume said wakano no correct. 2 different dates of birth, 2 different names, 1 person. And no home chronoba. Ida betuja. Yera Duncan Williams lied. Joyce Aye lied. Owusu Bempa lied in the name of the National Cathedral. So, are we doing ourselves good as Christians, or we are just lying? Kuntumpu na brabati some way you radak you or may say EDIP. The directors no crano, there's a unseen hands via and they decided their how do ecoso. When fast so cry changing the cost from 100 million to 400 million. We nim wasendia. Wenim ho hwe. The course we nobody wants to talk about it because you see a one penny so based in the National Cathedral. Ghana, this is where we are, and you may have heard it say it was trending on social media. So one of the board members, board of directors also have resigned. We are just waiting for a confirmation whether it's true or false. I know say by which channel you know the truth, but be sweating me and resign. But utie someone dark Heward Mills. Akanwa, it means the board of trustees Nankasakrano, they are doing politics there. And I better just say Reverend Kwisibuaten is a card-bearing member of the MPP. He's a card-bearing member of the MPP. And a board member at our National Cathedral. And as I better just on one Kasan Hokafo, and so a board member at the National Service, a year second National Service, NSS, or a board chairperson. Nigeria and a board chairperson. So we have a moral society like a church. They're supposed to be leading by example. We know, say we have the vote, but what churches, MPP for ba, NDC for ba, it will be a me ba. Ya versus MPP yena nya wona beka, NDC yena nya wona beka. But in this case, we have a man of God who is a card-bearing member of MPP, who is a government appointee. We're a government appointee. Nigeria so a government appointee. And these people will stand behind their pulpit and speak. Oh, they are praising one government way, they are condemning one government way. Say be what one more. It is so. Say or boy, kind of say moral society or boy me who no. Meanwhile, on political interest. And some who do a woman. Ghana for muma yem be ye nim yem boy adum. Titru near Christopher. Yera. Mensa Wotabeka Sembi, some few years ago, was a foolish born again Christians. So more accept Christ, their common sense, or might be near to Mabio. And it's true. Good one, why 5 years to say a cranage, can I say a Sumancopa, a banning Yamasuma, Sebio, Yansan, Yar Dream Bio. Banyanko by a Yansani, who moon says Sebio, Yan Fanyan Shimu, Bible crosses and come share by any one time. And to say I show on common one, you just believe in whatever the pastor or the prophet has said. You see any water for what being found when said okay, said you are making sense, and I said doesn't make sense. And here Christopher and Chess said be cost war sorry more and I saw for ne goon sorry. Who cause some other countries sir a Christopher in Cramofoko and in Trinidad a cocoon Christopher na Christopher so cocoon Cramofor fight. But Ghana we don't have that. But the church, the pastors are collapsing the church and then Crophobe bring person back sorry because of this. Because mini panua or is one or shefita or ne concrue or no chere nyankopon say you no cry we can pray dream your crowd forcing a politician. So how can you condemn politicians? We can forgive politicians, we can forgive, but we can't forgive the church or the leaders of the church and also the traditional leaders because they belong to the moral society. Gentlemen see a national cathedral for God, a cathedral of lies. We can't build a cathedrals on lies. David yes so be se bia so da ma nyankopon no nyankopon ka che se wontumi nsi die ntia nyankopon se wo ho nte moja ewo nsam enti David entumi ansi national cathedral asorfie ewo Israel na mom ne ba Solomon ene ba ya otimi besie Ghana sa asofo na editro just to cover politician. You are lying in the name of God just to cover a politician. And you want us to believe, say, indeed, you are a man of God and you belong to the moral society. There's something wrong. Let's think. Let's reason. Let's not continue to be, say, a foolish born again Christians, said the era mensa utabe ekaino. Let's open our eyes. Yenina san yema so yenhwe nyanka sensori ahudu ayekom no. Yen say send them kuntabu sitie prepare yet to say let's subject the church to strict account the same way you hold the politicians to account no. How many times now we tax in a year? How many times now we offertory over for they also seed in the church? If it's okay for you to demand accountability from politicians because you've been paying your tax, it's equally right. Good, so we demanding accountability from the church. Uchi will offer to a 10% offertory, 10% tithe offertory, and also seed, anyone for the bonina. Equally, let's demand accountability. People are doing business with the church in this country called Ghana. Don't forget that they don't pay tax. They don't pay tax. A pastor, reverend, can give 2.6 million Ghana cedis loan to Ghana. but church no no nyɛ sika no ontua tax. How much is your salary? Wajuma na company no be na years ka se na wunya. Income tax is na wutia, corporate tax ahodo na wutia. Why is it that you are paying tax but the software no who can give 2.6 million loan to Ghana is not paying tax on the money that he received? Let's think as a country. You try one ba me ba benyefo a ebedi nkomo.